All right, guys. In this video, I'm actually going to be doing a demo on Fin AI Agent by Intercom. And the reason is I actually did this demo for a company. I've made some changes to it. They really liked it. And so I want to put this out there for a few reasons. One, you guys can check out how I've done pre-sales, solutions engineering related technical demos in the past and how I approach them. Secondly, roast me. Yeah, just let me know as someone that works with pre-sales engineers or solutions engineers, what I could have done better. And third, yeah, if you have any other advice for me, let me know. And yeah, so without further ado, let's get started. So the first thing is understanding what's going on. What is the issue? The client's name is Awesome Cycle. They are a mid-sized online retailer with about 500 employees, specializing in cycling equipment and apparel. Currently, they're evaluating a new customer service solution. They're currently using a combination of shared email inboxes and basic legacy live chat tool. All of their internal knowledge FAQs, policies is stored in various Google Drive folders. Now, here are the key challenges that they are dealing with currently. There's a high volume of simple requests that are coming to the customer service team, and they're feeling overwhelmed by a constant influx of simple, repetitive questions such as, where is my order? What is your return policy? Secondly, overwhelmed team because the agents, and these are human agents, they are busy with simple queries. They're finding it difficult to give more complex issues, such as when is my new bike arriving, or my new bike arrived damaged. I need technical advice on bike assembly, the time they need. And it's creating a lot of issues for them. And the third thing is they have inaccurate information. Agents are sometimes giving out of date information because they are referencing old documents in the shared Google Drive folders. What this is leading to is longer wait times, inaccurate answers, and a recent increase in customer complaints and poor CSAT scores. And the primary goal here with this demo is to show this client that how they can drastically reduce time to resolution, deflect the simple queries to free up existing agents to focus on complex high-value cases, and significantly improve their CSAT and perhaps customer experience ratings as well. So let's dive in. So here is the uh, PowerPoint. Again, simple requests are flooding the team, order status returns shipping, agents spend time on repetitive work. Because the knowledge is fragmented in different Google Drives, the answers are sometimes out of date, and they have long waits, and inconsistent answers are being pulled, are affecting the CSAT score. Some of the discovery questions that I would ask a customer like this, and these are the ones that I did ask, was what are their top contact reasons and what percentage are repetitive? And they gave me a number that about 60% of their contact reasons are simple queries, such as, where is my order? What is your shipping policy? What is your returns policy? And their numbers were about 9 to 12,000 questions or queries coming in per month. So they were dealing with between 300 to 400 queries per day coming in. So that's a number to keep in mind. And 60% of that is basically basic queries. Escalation boundaries. What topics should Fin AI agent never handle? And what must go straight to a specialist? And in there, according to them, they told me that it should be anything that is related to technicalities or fixing the bike or assembly of the bike, or the bike is faulty or broken, those should go directly to a specialist. That those should not be held by a AI agent. And then the knowledge ownership, where do the answers lie today and who approves them? And so in their case, it was obviously there was a couple of managers that had access to it, but everyone had access to all of these Google Drive folders where the data was fragmented. Then comes the operational data. Where does their order statuses live? And to them, it was in Shopify because the entire website was built around Shopify. And what do 30, 60 days, what metrics would look good for them in that period? And they said that if they could automate about 33% of all the inquiries that were coming in, they would feel like that would be a huge success for them. So target modeling, this is how I decided to build it. Let me just try to, excuse me for that. So this is how in FinAI, we would break down the three major issues that they have. The first one is the simple FAQs, which is about 40 to 60% of their real queries. Those would be helped by Fin and the help center where all of their knowledge base lives. So this would give instant answers, and I will show a demo of that in just a moment. Then there's order status, which is basically, again, Fin's procedures. That's another type of a workflow, which uses the API, the backend API, whether it's Shopify or any other store, it's going to connect to that and let the customer know where their order is. So even for that, then that is automated as well with a live personalized answer, but not needing a human agent. And then finally, the damaged and faulty one, this is going to be a specific workflow routing that will be done to only focus on humans to be doing these and sorting out with these kind of complex queries. So the POC configuration is going to include, I will be showing the help desk setup, which is going to break down the different inboxes that will be created in Intercom. Then the help center, which is basically the knowledge center where all the actual documentation will be input and kept, which will be used by the AI agents. Then the Fin automations, that will show how it will answer, which will be the 40% of the most simple queries. Then workflow routing, that goes more towards dealing directly with specialists and how those would be routed in Fin. Order lookup related queries, how AI APIs are using that. And finally, reporting, that will show how all of this works. So let's get into the demo. This is when you log into Intercom, you come into this kind of a page, and you can see on the left that you have inbox, FinAI agent, knowledge, reports, outbound. So we'll start with inbox. And inbox is essentially where you will be receiving all the queries that are coming in, whatnot. So one of the first things that a team would do is create a couple of inboxes. One would be a frontline support, which will be for general queries, and one will be technical and complex issues. So any technical and complex related issues, those queries would be going directly into this inbox, and then those could be assigned to different individuals within the team. So it can be very much hyper focused. Only your agents start to receive these kind of queries going forward. That's the first step. The second step is that we go into FinAI agent. And FinAI agent, then this is where we are going to start looking into the data and whatnot. And there is content. Now, content is the first part of the agent. This all ties back into the knowledge center. And to just show real quick, this is how the knowledge center would look. This is where content is created. For instance, there are articles created such as the bike sizing guides, how to make a return, shipping policies, whatnot. Then within the agent, we will be focusing on multiple things. There is training the data, then you're testing it, then deploying it. First, you can focus internally, then you can deploy it on your website. And there is opportunity to localize this as well to multiple regions. So then you can utilize it if you are in Europe, if you're in the US, if you're in the Middle East, then localization is available within Fin AI agents. So let's focus on the training aspect. The first aspect is the content. Again, you can see that you will have the content available right here. And we're going to now start testing. So one of the first basic questions, which is 40% of the queries out of the 9 to 12,000 per month that they're receiving, is what is your return policy? And right away, when that is entered into our preview, Fin AI agent will automatically give a response. So it will tell what is the return policy, usually within 5 to 10 working days, they'll receive back their payments and whatnot. So that takes care of that big chunk that is affecting everyone that is actually involved with the agents, right? So that's the first one. Then we move into workflows within agent. This is where we're now focusing on routing conversations to the right specialist for which we created the technical inbox. And the workflow is simple, right? You can choose wherever the first message comes from. Then you break it down by including specific keywords on the workflow, that if the content from a customer on the chatbot or on the email includes words like faulty, damaged, broken, bike assembly, then those are directly routed to the technical and complex issues team. Else, everything the Fin handles those AI related questions. So in this case, I asked the question, my bike is broken. And right away, Finn just said, I'll connect you with someone from our team right away. Meanwhile, could you please share more details about the issue with your bike? This will help them assist more efficiently. Now, this message already just telling that now the request query has been sent to the technical and complex inbox that we have. So those specialists now can reach out to them directly, because the first kind, the very basic shipping policy related questions, were already being sorted out by Fin. So now the huge chunk of 40% of queries are gone away. And now this complex issues can now be sorted. And then there is procedures as well within Fin, where you can actually create a multi-level conversation that one can have, right? And this is where you can talk about such as the delivery orders, and it's connecting to the API. So now this is the other out of the 60%, the 20%, which is where is my order, right? And this requires access to your Shopify API or just any other API. And when that question is asked, right away, Fin will say, let me look that for you right away. I'd be happy to help you track down your order. Could you please provide your order number? And right away, I provided a order number that I'd created, and it just said that it has been dispatched and it's on its way and that it's going to be received on this day. So what this does now essentially is it does a few things now we can do. We have gone through the knowledge center first and foremost, where now instead of all of the data and information being fragmented in different places, now it's in this specific knowledge center where these are created, where you create the content, and that same content is used to power up the AI agent, where then you can start asking questions like the shipping policy, the return policy, go into routings, which are very important, like if for very, very technical related questions that no AI should be touching, it's right away going to the technical agents. And finally, you can create procedures using APIs, and that just shows you that it tells you from your order statuses that now the customer will know exactly what's happening with their order. And this takes care of more than 60% of their queries. And the goal is that over time, this impacts and leads to a better CSAT and customer experience score, which also impacts the revenue positively. And then there is reports that could be created around that. So you can just see that there is basic reportings that you have but then you can create your own reports. And in this case, there is reporting where it's broken to compare regular CSAT score with how Fin agent's CSAT score is, and the resolution and the time to resolution as well. That all of those data is provided to see if the CSAT score that they have been collecting so far is now in a better place or not. So once you have something like that, then if we come back to our uh, presentation, so fin resolution, are we removing repetitive demand from agents? Yes, that is exactly what it's able to do. Time to resolution, that would be something that could be then tested over time. And how is the customer experience or customer satisfaction score being impacted by that, right? So the issues was, again, multiple Google folders. Now you have approved help center articles that are available in the knowledge center. You have better approved content, single policy ownerships. And then you have finally, how is the ROI being delivered, right? And over here, then you can talk about that they want 33% to be automated, right? But now we can show that we can do over 60% of automations, and then the more difficult questions can now be taken care of by the agents. So it really frees up their space, and this can lead to higher revenues and saving over 1,000, 1,500 plus hours on a monthly basis for their agents to be able to do more good work. And finally, if they look into the pilot, Fin has a 2-week free trial that they provide. The first couple of days could be confirming the scope, getting reasons, and starting off small. Then obviously knowledge migration, just a few pieces of content that they have, just moving those into Fin to test out, then building and testing within the first week, and starting off with very simple routings or workflows initially before deploying anything, and then obviously just measuring those over the first 10 to 14 days. So before the free trial is even over, you would have some data available on how Fin is providing and progressing, perhaps. And yep, that's my demo. So I hope that you guys enjoy it, and thank you so much. Let me know what you guys think about it. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. And thank you once again for your time. Take care, guys.